Welcome to Off-Grid Victory. So I wanted to show you something that happened, you could say recently, but not so recently as they say. But there's a roof right there and there's no roof right here. Why is that? Well, we had kind of an accident here on the homestead, and we'd like to show you guys everything that happens here. And so one of the things, the destroyer, Satan as you will, he actually destroyed our roof. Now, what Satan destroys, Yah can bless in other ways. So we had this roof come off, and partly it's because of the design, and I didn't secure this one down as well as I did on this one. And even this, it is damaged a little bit. I still have to put the gutters. I haven't tried that. I haven't done that yet. But yeah, that's a project in the future. But this roof, unfortunately, is now gone. It had actually flung over after a recent tornado, recent-ish tornado, I should say. And so I had a lot of damage that I had to recycle and upcycle. And that's part of what we do here on the homestead, right? You don't want to waste anything. And so I did something with this roof that I needed for a while. And let me go show you that. All right. Sorry for the camera work here. Just walking around. And so what did I do with all of that metal and wood that that got thrown and hurled over, right? So here's my normal chicken coop area. And this is what I decided to make out of it. I made a really large, I guess a chicken run area. And you can hear these guys right now. And so roughly this is about 30 feet wide, maybe like a good 12 feet, 12 feet by 30 feet, something like that. And it was all made out of the leftover material. And as you can see, all of that tin, the roofing sheeting, like it has holes, it's buckled. That's all because of the tornado that ripped it off. But hey, that's fine. That's where we live, right? In the Midwest. Not quite like Kansas. I mean, we're not expecting something like that. But once in a while, we do get something that's close. Now, we do live on top of a mountain, so less likely for a tornado to touch down in this particular area. But still, we get it in the valleys and things like that, and it can cause a lot of havoc. And of course, it did on one of the roofs on the shipping container and just blew it right off. And luckily no one got hurt and everything worked out. And so I had a lot of scrap material, wood and metal that I decided to recycle, upcycle. And so I made this very large chicken run area, partly because when we're not here, things like when we need to go away, we can't always guard this fencing. So in the past, we've had predators from the sky come, right? And so we have plastic owls, things like that to kind of divert it. We even have we had the old, the CD method, stuff like that, which, helps, but not always, especially with hungry hawks, right? And eagles. So what we have done is we finally decided, well, it was time to recycle that material, whether it was bent, warped, whatever. I did the best that I can using screws and woodworking tools to compress these boards together and get them as straight as I could. And the same thing with the metal too. I've cut off all the really ripped, broken pieces and assembled what I could and salvaged what I could. So let me go show you that. And it turned out quite well. Now the only other thing I need to do is I do need to caulk the holes, the original holes on the metal paneling to make sure that we don't have leakage. So what we're going to do, what we did on the base here is we used chicken wire mesh around the base so that nothing can dig through. And then of course we have rocks here. Let me show you the inside of this cage. So here are birds. There's a feeder there in the center, just to protect it from the rain. And then the corners, let me show you the corners here. The corners, I have water in them. I have one here and another one in the other corner. And so they have this decent sized run inside with our chickens to lay. And of course it's directly attached to our upcycled chicken coop, right? So yeah, I don't think anyone else has curtains on their chicken coop, but we do for their own privacy, right? Because they need the light. So at any rate, yeah, this is the ramp to it. And as you can see, we've used all the natural materials we have on our land to kind of reinforce it. We have a lot of rocks, some big rocks. So we had to move those around, and as you can see, it's directly attached. And so, yeah, we'll probably put a gutter here, do a little rain catchment, do something with the feeder, do something with the water here. But that's what I wanted to show you today, that nothing on the homestead is wasted. And even if you have these minor occurrences where you have, you know, things like, here's a hen being fed by hand. Even though you have these little blips, right? You know, Yah does take care of you, and what the Hasatan, Satan does to come kill, steal, and destroy, Yah will reuse and repurpose, right? And so, yeah, the blessings are always abundant, and always we're thankful for that. And so that's what I wanted to show you today, guys. Just a reminder to upcycle your materials, whether it's rebuilding with it, reusing it. And of course, you know, we always build with screws, so it's much easier to rebuild stuff, right? You know, I didn't have to knock down any nails, things like that. I just had to unscrew and rescrew. And even material like this that's been damaged can be reused. So just think of that. Think outside of the box. Try to save money as much as possible, and think outside of the box, right? Alrighty, shalom.